Welcome back. My name is Kenny Conley, and you are on this journey with me, this journey to recruit 50 volunteers over the course of the next 90 days. And I'm excited to be with you and to continue the conversation I started yesterday around my philosophy around recruiting weekly volunteers. I am very passionate about recruiting volunteers and inviting volunteers to engage in meaningful relational ministry that requires consistent weekly volunteers. Now, since COVID and really since the modern era, it's just really difficult to ask people for that kind of commitment. As you've probably noticed, people attend church less and less. And many of the people that you're attempting to recruit, like these might be people who at best attend every other week. And so there are oftentimes in the recruiting process, in the ask, you might experience some pushback of, is it really a weekly requirement and such? And here's one of the things I like to say, and this has really been a post-COVID conversation that I have with people. Weekly doesn't mean weekly. Okay, let me kind of explain what that means. Things come up. People get sick, people go on vacation, people have to work. Sometimes people just need a mental health day. And so I really don't have an expectation that every one of my volunteers shows up every week. I don't even show up every week. So weekly doesn't mean weekly. I think that sometimes in the volunteer conversation, the recruiting conversation, it helps to define that, hey, there's grace around the schedule. There's grace around the things that happen, the needs that we have in our lives. And what I'm asking for more so is a mentality and a default that when I show up on Sunday, I'm not just showing up to go to church, but I'm showing up to serve as well. And so what I would say that for a lot of my volunteers, weekly oftentimes means 3 out of every 4 weeks. And the reality too is I'm building a healthy relational volunteer strategy where every volunteer has a co-leader, maybe even a teenage or junior leader co-leader, in addition to the co-leader that, you know what, people are going to be out and it's okay because there's redundancy. There's another leader there. There's maybe another 2 leaders there. So I want to kind of relieve that pressure and say, yeah, I want you to become a weekly volunteer for us. But that means if you need to be gone, then you're going to be gone and you don't need to feel guilt about that. And my hope is that you're going to serve for many years because of the relationships we have. But I don't want the idea of serving weekly to be a stumbling block for someone saying yes. And oftentimes it is. So that's part of my philosophy. And what you'll find is people who are maybe resistant to making that weekly volunteer commitment, once you expand the context of what that actually means, they're much more likely to say yes to a weekly commitment. And here's what you'll find too. More often than not, they're there every week. So what's the process look like for you as you recruit weekly volunteers?